It's the radio guy, Mike Prince. Welcome to Football Friday here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Of course, we come to you each and every day. Our social media handle for Instagram is at The Mike Prince Show. The YouTube channel, Open Mic Broadcast Network. The website, obnradio.com. And our 24-hour dial-in message line, 713-570-6736. And without any further delay, we're going to jump right into today's episode. A huge football weekend. NFL playoffs begin. The national championship scheduled for Monday. As we mentioned, a whole lot to get off the ground and to add to the smorgasbord, if you guys remember that terminology, or maybe you're accustomed to the word buffet. We have Texas Southern Prairie View basketball weekend that has been moved to Monday. So now we have the dilemma of playing Texas Southern on Monday night, the NCAA FBS football championship on Monday night. I know that if the rest of the world is listening and watching, that you're going to be glued to the Alabama-Ohio State game. But for those who are near and dear, it's all about PV Texas Southern. Will the tip-off convene? Will the Panthers come out victorious? Or will the maroon and gray do what needs to be done? I tell you what, we got one heck of a Sunday Night Live show set up for you. Scheduled to be in the house with us will be the voice of the maroon and gray Tigers, Larry the Chatterbox Hale. Also going to hear from the athletic directors from both respected universities. From the guys from down the way, Kevin Granger, and from the guy representing the Hill, Dr. Donald Reed. So we got a real intriguing show scheduled for you on Sunday night, 6 p.m., right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Well, we've been running polls and giving off we didn't give off a projection yet, so I guess we'll run through that real quickly. The start of the playoffs and the championship game. We might as well. And do I need to make a pick for Prairie View, Texas Southern? I don't think so. But just for the record, I'll go on the record. How about that? When we look at things the way they're set up, you have your matchups of Indy at Buffalo. You have the Ravens taking on the Titans. Then you'll have the Browns taking on the Steelers. In the NFC, you'll have the Rams at the Seahawks. You will have the Washington football team against Tampa Bay. You'll have the Chicago Bears and the New Orleans Saints. Where do I begin? Let's start in the NFC. The picks for me are going to be relatively easy. But I do have a spoiler alert or an upset watch that I will have. And it might make you go, who knows? Who knows? But here goes nothing. Seattle will be victorious over the Rams. No problem. When it comes to Tampa Bay and Washington, Tampa Bay, no problem with Washington. My first alert, New Orleans and Chicago. When you look on paper, hands down, New Orleans wins this game. But when you factor in COVID protocol as far as the Saints go, and even if the key players are back in the fold, COVID takes a lot out of the body. And it would not surprise me if Chicago pulls off the upset. Here's why I say that. Don't throw anything at your device right now. Hear me out. Chicago has a strong enough defense, and Trubisky is a good enough manager that they could possibly pull off the upset. In theory, it's Saints. But logically, I could see the Bears. So that would be my sleeper for the NFC. Now over to the AFC. Indy at Buffalo. Here's another sleeper alert. Phillip Rivers, heck of a quarterback, great year. Don't expect much of a run, but they have nothing to lose. Rivers is coming in as a loose cannon. All of the expectations are on Allen and the Bills. Logically, you would say the Bills all day long. But this will be my sleeper pick in the AFC. Indy will pull off the win at Buffalo. Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. This game initially was going to have me pulling my hair out. And it still weighs watching as far as I'm concerned. However, with the COVID protocol that the Browns are experiencing right now, I mean, it has hit them in massive forms. Although those who listen know that I am a Steelers fan, I see the Steelers coming out with the win on this one. They will advance, and we'll deal with next week when next week gets here. So Steelers over the Browns, which leads us to the Ravens and the Titans. A lot of moving parts on this game, and by far, I think this will be the game of the weekend. And these teams mirror each other in similar styles of play from the offensive side. They depend heavily on the run. Yes, the Ravens have a lot more weapons to choose from with their core in the backfield, of course, with Mr. Jackson. And all I have to say for the Titans is Mr. Henry. And with that being said, I believe that the Titans can pull the victory over the Ravens in this weekend setup. So if we go back over the NFC and AFC picks, from the NFC, Seahawks over the Rams, Bears over the Saints, Tampa Bay over Washington. In the AFC, Pittsburgh over Cleveland, Indy over Buffalo, and Tennessee over Baltimore. Now for the FBS championship game. When we look at these teams, it's obvious that Alabama is truly the top dog. You look at the body of work of Ohio State, nothing to bat an eye at, even playing a shortened season. But when you put these two together, I see this game being a true heavyweight fight. Not a lot of points scored in this game. Defense will be the emphasis in this championship game. And I believe that the Roll Tide will be able to withstand the Ohio State Buckeyes. And last but not least, Prairie View and Texas Southern. All I have to say on that one, take away the logic, and this one's all emotion. Who you're rooting for? PVU. I am going to exit stage left. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. As always, we appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for your love, support, and the continued sharing of the Mike Prince Show here, there, and everywhere. Until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.